what's going on. So, yeah, this is Lord Haha, and we're going to be bringing you some news, but with a twist, with a little music. Some music, not to keep it too boring. We got music on tap. Okay, partisan impasse in Senate forces first federal closure since 2019. What? I thought they were happening all the time. You know, I never saw the federal workers unite like this before. In mass resignation. What? Yeah. 100,000 just resigned. Shit. Now what? We're going to have to wait and find out who the partisans are. Last time I checked that the Germans used to shoot partisans if they could find them. Wow, here in America, nobody's shooting anybody. Right? Well, we've had a few shootings, so I'm not going to say that it's that clean in the United States either. And that sucks, and that's really sad that people can't have a point of view without violence. I mean, we call the Germans bad, you know, the Nazis, terrible human beings, and they were shooting people. And guess who's shooting people now? Is it the radical left, or is it the radical right, or the woke right? No. See, there's a headline that says the woke right is creating a problem. So I don't know what the woke right is anymore. I think it's kind of a judo, right? How you can turn the tables was the woke left and the fascist right. And now it's the woke right and the fascist left. Wow. I love the labels. The way they get thrown around. Left to the right, to the left. It's like a typewriter. You know those old school typewriters? You can type, click, 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 turn it to the right. Click, 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 goes to the left. You know, you bring it back, center it, and you start writing again. So, that's cool. But I guess that's how human beings are. Look, I'm not going to take humans that seriously. Much as the left and the right take themselves so seriously. Yeah, but I'm not really sold on that human beings actually know what they're doing. You know, Terence McKenna. Yeah, the mushroom guy. Yeah, Terence McKenna. Yeah, that Terence McKenna. The mushroom guy. Yeah, he said that nobody really knows what they're doing, you know? Nobody. You think the CIA know what they're doing? I don't think so. I don't think anybody has an idea what the hell they're doing. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here on this planet if they were all that powerful on a rock for no reason. And what is it? Just circle, circle, circle? Till the end of time? And then you get judged? And then what? Oh, some guy up there gonna judge you? One of the reasons why I couldn't believe in anything is it's all very stupid. I mean, you know, logically, it doesn't make any sense. So, you know, I'd rather believe the newspapers, and that's a stretch. And that's a stretch of imagination, too. Believe. Believe everyone. Believe me. Oh, God. There you go. I got God somewhere. Somewhere. All right, what have we got? Stunts and props abound as the Capitol braces for shutdown. I wonder what the stunts are. You know, did they hire some stunt drivers to drive around the Capitol? Like, go crash a few cars? Left side, right side. No, you crashed on the left. Sam. Gridlock. Hundreds of officers. 2 long hours of political theater. That was Donald Trump doing his German army thing. Guys, shape up or ship out. I mean, the Germans are big on discipline, and World War II, hell's bells. I mean, you know, they were shooting people for being AWOL, you know. And in the SS, you got shot if you were 30 minutes late. So things weren't very bright if you weren't a committed soldier back then. Now we live in the times of transgender troops and abortionists running for cover. There's even such a thing called an abortionist. Oh my God. I had not heard of that one. But I guess after racist, sexist, Islamist, terrorist, it only went logically. That would be an abortionist. This IST has ruined humanity. I mean, we put labels on so many things. Ist. Yeah, you're the ist. With the ist, you're doomed, man. You're totally doomed. You're in that box. Yeah, I'm a conservationist. Does that make me a conservative? Or I'm a Marxist. Yeah, that definitely puts you in the left corner. The left and the right. What is the right? The New York Times is writing about the woke right. Whoa. What the hell is the woke right? We have seen the woke right before. It wasn't pretty then either. The woke right. Born again. What is that? The left used to be the woke left. The right used to be the fascist right. But now, the New York Times is turning the tables. Now it's the fascist left and the woke right. How do you even justify that? I mean, Hitler would be turning in his grave. The fascist left. What the hell has humanity come to? And Karl Marx would be like, the Christian right? Well, the right was always Christian. To an extent, though. I mean, Hitler was an atheist mostly. He wasn't really Christian. But, Karl Marx would be wondering what the hell's going on. Jesus must be wondering, they're all on the right and they love me. How does that work out? It's like a UFC contest organized by the New York Times. Karl versus Jesus. Well, let me get that with the reverb. Karl versus Jesus, weighing in at 180 pounds. Wasn't Karl fatter than Jesus? Since Karl was fatter than Jesus, let's put him at 220 pounds. And Jesus seemed like a hippie, a guy with long hair. So, let's put him at 170 pounds. Maybe even less, 160. So Karl Marx was German. And Jesus was like from somewhere in the Middle East. I think he was Aramaic. Yeah, contrary to popular perception, he wasn't Jewish or Arab. Jesus was an Aramaic racial character. I think Aramaic people were separate if they had existed at all. They did, but they had a language, but it kind of died out. So it's bizarre how a language dies out. Nobody speaks it anymore. I bet not even Jesus. I think he spoke Greek, Hebrew. I don't know. They were all multilingual back then. Can't be said for the Americans right now. Bilingual? That's a stretch too. Multilingual? Forget about it. So we're going to have this pay-per-view fight organized by the New York Times. The woke right versus the fascist left. Who's going to win? Well, I think One side's got Jesus on their side, and the other side is Karl Marx, who's also influenced the world to quite an extent. I mean, it was because of Karl Marx that Hitler decided to come to power, fight for power. And if Karl Marx hadn't existed, there would have been no Adolf Hitler. And if Jesus hadn't existed, there wouldn't have been the right side of the conservatives. But that's all bullshit, because everybody's going to exist. That's human nature. For thousands of years, people have killed each other. The Matrix has been real for 1,000,000 years. The cave paintings, man. There's some aliens out there that they drew in some Spanish cave like 500,000 years ago. What were they drawing, man? What did they see? You know, it was way before Jesus' time, right? Or Karl Marx. But anyways, getting back to the pay-per-view fight. Karl Marx versus Jesus Christ. Who's gonna win? Money on the table. Yeah, pay-per-view, $20 million. We don't need... Who's that guy? Don King. We got New York Times. Yeah. So this is it for the New York Times edition of today, the government shutdown day. I don't even know what day it is, 1st of October, right? Tonight it shuts down midnight. Peace out. This is Lord Haha. This is Lord Haha saying goodbye.